Hey everybody, Fun Stampers Journey Coach Janice Whiting here. Today I have a card tutorial to show you. Now it is maybe a little bit more simple than the ones I have shown in the past, and you know me, I like to do a variety of different projects, and simple is probably my favorite. And you may be laughing when I show you the card and you're like, that's simple. Well, it is for me. Anyway, it doesn't actually require very much as far as stamp sets, just one. I do use a die set, and really that's about it. Ink, ribbon, that's about it. But what I wanted to do today with this video is I wanted to showcase our May Bloom Box stamp set. So remind you back to this gorgeous stamp set. It's called Decorative Doily, has 6 stamps in it, so 3 beautiful little mini doilies, and then some great sentiments that are always handy to have. And it is part of our May Bloom Box. I'm going to reach over here and show you the cards that come in this Bloom Box. Now, our May, just so you know, our Bloom Box is a 6-month subscription, so it is a bit of an investment. Okay, there's one. So what I'm showing you right now are the cards that you would create with this Bloom Box. So our Bloom Box is a card kit subscription club, and it's $24.95 plus shipping and tax. So it ranges from about $30 to $33 or so, depending upon your location. And you get fully kitted cards that you then put together using our full color instruction booklet. It is like a mini class. I have said so much about this over and over again in my Bloom Box videos, so make sure to go back and see that initial video about it that describes everything about it if you're interested in joining. Now, yes, it is a commitment, a 6-month commitment. After that point, you would it would just be month to month, and you can cancel anytime after the 6 months, okay? So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I wanted to show you the cards that go with the kit, and then of course the card that I made today, I'll go ahead and show you. Again, it's a little bit more simple, but I just kind of love it. So there you go. If you are into kind of like your all natural, shabby chic, vintage kind of flair, this has a little bit of that flair in it. So I only use the doilies, the stamp sets, or excuse me, the stamps in this set. This little cutout here, die cut, is using one of our steel rule dies, which I'll bust out here once I show you how to make it. And then of course, the well wishes from there, and then some of our absolutely gorgeous oatmeal cookie organza ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? Love this ribbon, so pretty. So anyway, very simple to make. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera view so that you can see how to do it, and I'm gonna get started. All right, here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. To start off with, you are gonna need some of our oatmeal cookie cardstock. And I've already gone ahead and created a card base. It's just your regular A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's your card base. Then you'll need another oatmeal cookie panel that will be 1/4 of an inch smaller on both sides. So this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And that'll be the panel that we create everything on top of, okay? If you are one of my Bloom Box subscribers, then you will have your Decorative Doily stamp set, and you can use this to create this card. If not, you still have, let's see, what is today? 27, so you still have a few days. So you, if you want to join the club and grab this set, then do so. Last day to do so is May 31st, okay? And if not, then you'd have to wait 3 full months after this, because our stamp sets for their Bloom Box are exclusive, and they do not go out to the public until after 3 full months from its release date. So end of May, it's June, excuse me, excuse me, June, July, August. So this would be available in September, okay? So just FYI there. Okay, and this is the only stamp set that we're using in this project. So I kept it nice and simple, and sometimes that's hard for me to do. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and get everything that I need out. So we have the card base, we have the card panel. The next thing you would need is this little die right here. It's a die cut. Now we got this from one of our steel rule die sets. And let's see, where did I place my steel rule die set? Called Serif Basics. So let's see if I can get that in there. Now Serif Basics is an awesome set because it has your numbers. It has some you know, other different symbols here, like your question mark, your exclamation mark, your hashtag and quotation marks, and then these fun. Love this little file folder. He's so cute. And then just a nice little label, and then this little guy, which is what we're using. Okay. Now, what I did here is I've already cut it, but basically I'd take a scrap piece of paper, maybe 3x3, and then just put it right over the die. So this would be the section. And then make your sandwich, follow the instructions. Run it through your Amaze machine, because this is one of the ones that fits our Amaze machine, and it will come out. So I've already die cut that, so it's right here. So we have this piece, and really the only thing else that we would need is, apart from our ink and whatnot, which I'll show in a minute, is just some ribbon. And so I use the oatmeal cookie organza ribbon, and guys, this stuff is so pretty. It's so pretty and so light and fluffy and creates a fun look. So if you ever want to add just a fun light element to your cards, our organza ribbon is a great option. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we've got all our pieces, and to what we do to begin with. So put your little card base off to the side. Put this little guy off to the side. Is we are going to create this kind of the doily background that we did here. And we are going to use the largest doily, okay? And we are going to ink it up with our clear pigment ink. Now, the reason why is because we are going to put some of our white embossing powder over it, because I wanted this white to stand out. I want it to be really, really vibrant, and I knew that would just do exactly what I needed. So I've got plenty of ink on there, and you can kind of tell that there's a shimmer, and I only did half of it because I'm only going to stamp half this left side of this doily, and I am just trying to line it up kind of in the middle, and then just so kind of evenly from the top and the bottom, and then right in the middle of each one. I'm going to press firmly so that it transfers that ink. Beautiful. And if you've used our any kind of embossing, you'll know that ink, you can't really see it. You can kind of sort of, but it's hard to show on camera. You'll see it exactly when I put this powder over it. So again, we're using our white embossing powder. And I'm just going to pour this onto our media tray so that it can collect all the excess. Can I just say, you know, before I had the media tray, I would always use a piece of paper and fold it in half. And heck, it works. But I will say, it is quite nice and handy to have the media tray. It's just so much easier, and I didn't have hardly any spills. So there we go. Beautiful. So pretty. Love this doily set, guys. Now from here, you're going to take your heat embossing gun, and you're going to go ahead and add some heat to this, because the embossing powder is heat activated. And I know you guys have probably seen me do this before, but just in case, we're going to do it real quick. It just takes a few minutes. I say a few minutes, probably seconds. I don't know if I've ever actually timed it, but obviously it does depend on the size of your design. So a little bit bigger takes a little bit more time. But here in a second, you're going to start seeing that white churn. There it goes. And you just kind of follow it through, making sure that it's kind of hit all of the areas. It's just so fun to watch it turn. And once it's all, I just kind of I just cover it a little bit more, and then really I'm done. Once you're pretty sure that it's, covered and it's turned, it's been activated, then you're good to go. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing to the other side, okay? Because this card has that on each end. So back to my clear pigment ink. Back to my stamps, my beautiful doily stamp. Okay. Okay, I think that's got plenty on it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this nice and in the center. I always use my grid paper to make sure it's straight. And then I go from there. And forgive me if I've got my head in the way. And I just guesstimated, guys, if you are one of those like must be exact, perfectly centered, then break out that ruler. But I just kind of eyeballed it. Again, pressed firmly to transfer the ink. And then back over here and back to our white embossing powder. Okay, tap the excess off. And then bring out the heat gun again. I don't know if I got all that excess off. There we go. All right, heat gun. Back to it again. I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. But guys, isn't this gorgeous? This is probably one of my favorite bloom box sets ever. Now Richard, you know, he likes to vary his bloom box sets, so they're not always going to be like, you know, this particular style. But the awesome thing that I love about Richard and his bloom boxes is that we learn something new every single time. There's always a fun technique, some fun lesson to learn. You know, in all of my videos, my bloom box videos, when I'm, you know, telling everybody about these, people are always concerned, you know, oh, but what if I don't like the, you know, one of the boxes, I'm stuck. And the truth is, yes, you stuck is the wrong word, but it is a commitment. So it's one of those things where if you don't like it, you still have to pay, because it's, you know, it's a subscription. And what I always tell them is, hey, even if there's a set 1 month that maybe is not quite your style, you will always learn something new, because it's not just a card kit. Richard takes this and he takes it up a notch, and he acts like it's a class. Really, it's like a mini workshop, and he always is teaching you some new fun techniques and skills. I promise you. So even if you don't like the set for some reason, you will learn something, and I know that you'd be able to use the card. Now this again is just my own. This is my card. It's not one of the card kits. It's just me taking the set and showing you what else you can do with it. So I did that on both sides, and I kind of got it pretty straightish. And then I switched over to the medium doily. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. This medium doily, and he's going to go straight in the middle here. So I'm going to take my pigment ink, my clear pigment ink again. I'm going to ink him up real well. Okay, and I'm not too concerned about him, but I do want to make sure that especially the tops and the bottom, because that's what will be visible, are transferred nicely. So I'm going to try to get him right in the middle-ish. Press firmly to transfer the ink. And then we're going to bring out my media tray again, and again, the white embossing powder, and this will be the last thing that we're embossing. Yay. And I did do this separately because, I mean, you could, if you were really confident in your stamping skills or in your skill to be able to stamp things perfectly, then you could go ahead and do all 3 of those images at one time. Because I can't see the ink all that well, I just want to be super careful, so I always will do it just separately. Takes a little bit more time, but that's okay. I'm not in any particular hurry right now. All right, so one more time. There you go. And you are going to get overlap, and that's okay, okay? Not a problem. It's really not going to be visible because we're going to put that label, that kind of, I don't know, it's fleur-de-lis-ish type label there, and the ribbon, so that will kind of cover some of the overlap. So there it goes. I see it starting to turn. It's magic. I don't know who created heat embossing powders, but man, love them. All right. All right. Oh my goodness, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Ah, you almost hate to cover it up, right? I mean, heck, man, if you loved, I mean, you could do this and then just like a little sentiment down here and be done. Like put that on your card and like beautiful, beautiful. So there's another idea for you. But I'm going to take it one step further. I'm putting all my stuff back. Y'all don't hate me that I do this, do you? I don't ever like to do it later, because if I do it later, chances are I'm going to like spill it, you know, knock it over on my desk somehow, because my desk always seems to accumulate everything. So I always like to put those back. Anyway, okay. So we got that done. Let's go ahead and do all of our stamping. And so I'm going to bring this little guy out, and he's kind of fleur-de-lis-ish, I guess. Maybe not exactly, but whatever. Oh, no, it's not. It's called, it's like quadro something or another. I remember the shape. Oh, well. Okay, so I'm going to bust out our black licorice ink, and we are using Well Wishes, and it is one of the sentiments from the set. It also has thank you and thinking of you. And this guy just gets stamped right in the center, and you're going to see the top of my hair. Sorry. There we go. All right, so there you go. Top in the center, or right in the center. And then let's see here. To get this guy fully ready to go, we're also going to use our punch press system, which is just a little punch and just a little self-healing mat, which is really cute. And I'm using the larger of the punch. Now, if you've not seen me use this before, we've got 3 different size holes, and they're stored on the bottom. Super nice and handy. Basically, you just place the tool right where you want it to punch a hole. I like to hold on to it and then literally just punch and then release. And then that guy's right there. And then same here. And I'm going to go from the top. All right, and this guy I'm going to have to poke out. All right, so then you've got your 2 little holes, okay, which is what you need on the sides there. Okay, the other thing that we want to do is that you might notice on my original, it has kind of like some distressing type elements to it around the edges. And so what I did to create that look is I took one of our daubers, our large one, okay, one of our new tools that came out in our Spring into Summer Mini, which I'm so excited about. I think I got one for each color because I'm like, yes, and some extras as well. Now these are really great because they Velcro on and off, so you want to just have one and switch out your little foam pads. Great, go for it. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I am taking the oatmeal cookie ink, and I'm using my dauber, and I'm just kind of, I don't necessarily have any, I just kind of literally dab onto my ink pad. And starting from off the page, I come in kind of a circular motion, and I come around to create that shading around the area. Okay, do you see there? You can see how it's kind of picked some of that up. And then of course I'll do that on the other side. Again, circular motion. And the circular motion and starting up off the page is so that you don't get like a distinctly, like a circle, you know, like you don't want this, you know, you don't want like a circle on your card. You want it to be just kind of naturally fade in. And it does take some time and some practice to get used to. So just be aware, you know, definitely try the technique on a, you know, just another piece of paper, a scrap piece, just so that you're, you know, you're comfortable before you start doing it on a card that you're going to send to somebody or that you have for a specific deal. So, okay, that's really it. So I have added my kind of distressed look around the edges and down here at the bottom. And I'm going to put that away. I have my little well wishes embellishment. And now I'm going to bring out my oatmeal cookie organza ribbon. And I just grabbed, let's see, I never measure, guys, you know, I just kind of guesstimate here. It's about a 5-inch strip. And you need 2 of them, 1 for each side. Okay. And you're going to take it and you're going to feed it through the little hole, because you're going to, it's basically going to act like it's, you know, strung around the card. It's kind of like a faux element, but I loved how that looked. And you're going to do that for both sides. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so here we go. So again, you're going to do like this. So it's going to have this feel that's been, you know, wrapped around with the ribbon, but we're just going to pretend that it is. We're going to turn it over and we're going to use our medium foam squares. I like to put 1 basically on each little corner, right up there next to that ribbon on that side, and then go from there. This is going to be then adhered to the center of that middle doily. And I just kind of, you know, try to make sure it's even and straight as much as I can get it to be straight. Beautiful. I just love it. Okay, now what I do next is I just take some, you know, just your regular old Scotch tape and literally just pin these loose ribbon ends to the back of the card. No one gonna see the back of the card, so they don't care. No one's gonna care that I've got Scotch tape back there. Same for this side. Okay, now one thing I guess you should know is you can make it so that it's like a, you know, a different kind of look, so where the ribbon strands are out, or you can just make it where it's kind of, you know, pulled straight off to the side, which is kind of what I was going for there. Either way, you've got your liberties. Hello, there we go. Didn't want to let go of my finger. Okay, and then once it's adhered, you can kind of, you know, shift it and make sure it's straight, and you know, you should be good to go. Sorry about that. There you go. Oh, so fun. Okay, and guess what? All I do next is adhere this to the panel, and I'm done. I know, it's crazy. So here's your card. Oh, I'm lying to you. Oh, y'all probably like, please stop. Okay, the last thing actually is the bow. The bow. Okay. So the bow, I really, I'm going to give you measurements, but I really don't know. 10 inches, is that 10? Sure, let's try 10 inches. That may be too much, but we'll try for you. So the bow, I slid, so just another 10-inch piece. I say another one, a 10-inch piece. And I slipped it through the middle between these two here. And up on top, so it's, you know, it's right in there. And then I just tied my bow like I normally would. And guys, I know I keep getting requests for a video just on how I tie my bows. I promise you I'll do one. I will. It's just one of those things where I forget. I'm sorry. So I just tied a knot there, just regular normal knot. Then I'm going to do a loop on the left side. Then this little strand is going to go around my finger. Okay. And then, because of that, it's created a hole there. So this little extra piece is going to go through that hole. It's hard to see on camera, but basically it's going to go through that hole. I do have to kind of shimmy and play with it to make sure I don't lose the pieces that I had. And then pull tight. Now, again, it's hard to show, but depending upon how long your strands are, you might have to stop and then pull and stop and pull and fix. It's just kind of part of bow making, guys, and so you just kind of have to try not to get frustrated. Try not to get so easily frustrated, especially with this organza ribbon, because it's, what's the right word? It's not wiry, but it kind of acts like that sometimes, where it just kind of bounces. It has bounce to it, which is kind of the beauty of it. So anyway, as you can see, I'm just kind of, I'm tightening some ends, I'm loosening others, and just trying to get it to kind of where I like it. And I think I kind of like it that way, although I think I wanted my words to be seen, so I'm going to move it a little bit more this way. So in one of my videos, I think I said, you are the boss of the bow. So you tell the bow what to do and where to go. It's not the boss of you, okay? All right, I think I've got it mostly. There we go. It's good. I'm going to then come and just kind of trim these little edges because they were a little rough with all of my rough handling of it. Sorry. Although that one's probably okay, but we'll just trim it anyway. All right. So now you have your bow. I love it. It's so cute. It's fluffy and light and pretty and shimmery and it's just so beautiful. Now all you do, turn it over, put a few foam squares right on top or on the back. Just what I normally do, one on each corner and one in the center. This is not a heavy card, so I don't have to worry about, you know, putting extras all over. Yellow. All right, bring that card base over, center it, and you'll notice because I inked up those edges, it stands out. It stands out from your oatmeal cookie border. Voila! So I'm going to zoom out. There you have it. Okay, so card is done. Have fun? It's kind of fun. It's just kind of has like an old vintagey kind of feel to it. So you can add darker, you know, you can add more of the oatmeal cookie, or you could maybe even add some of our like a hazelnut blend if you want it really dark, like you really want a distressed look. I mean, you can take it further and do like actual torn edges. I mean, you can take it as far as you want. But this is just kind of a simple one stamp set card. You don't have to have too much. I did use a die, one of our steel reel dies, but I mean, I loved this shape. I thought it went perfect with the doily shape as well. The organza ribbon, and then that's it. I mean, so fun. Simple yet fun. And you could use this. If you change the sentiment, this could be like a wedding, like a congratulations, or anything where there's like a formal anniversary. Really, you can do anything with this particular design. And you can kind of switch it up with colors and do all sorts of different things. So anyway, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it, and of course, this is one of my favorite sets. So, had to show you what else you can do along with, on top of the card kits that you already received if you're a part of my club. Okay, before I go, I do want to mention one more time. I told you I was going to mention it every time that I do a video until the registration's over, but if you have not taken advantage of our journey, I say journey, take advantage, our RG Presents Journey Holidays event, early registration, then I'm just saying, you're going to want to. I know you are. You need to check out these pictures that I'm posting right now. It is of the 4 projects that you will be creating. It is of the stamp sets and die sets that you will be receiving, okay? And that's just part of it. There is always much more, okay? Now, again, our journey, our RG Presents Journey Holiday deal is basically kind of it's giving you a little snippet of what's to come in our Journey Holidays mini catalog, okay, which is coming out in August. All right, so this event will take place July the 15th, but I'm telling you about it now because early registration is open, and it is $75 for early registration, and it'll be $75 up until June the 19th, okay? After June the 19th, it goes up to $99. Still a great deal, but I mean, I know you're like me and you like to save money. So if you are at all interested in like a Christmas in July type of online event, then take me up on the offer now, okay? Because I think that you will really enjoy it. So what is it? It is an online event. What does that mean, Janice? It means that you need to have a computer, and if you're watching me, then you can participate in the online event, because that means you know how to use the internet and you probably have Wi-Fi in your home, okay? So all you need is your computer. Once you purchase the product, so BD-0325 is the number, the item number, you would just go to my website, www.funstampersjourney.com/Janice Whiting. You'd go to shop, and you'd put in that bundle BD-0325. It'll pop up. Journey Holidays presents. They consider it kind of like a pre-order, $75. So once you do that and you pay for it and everything, then they will send you a little link. Now I believe it's usually like, it'll be at the end of June or so. They'll start sending you information about it. And they will give you a link to a YouTube channel. It's FSJ's live YouTube channel. And the day of July the 15th, you would just sit in the comfort of your own home, turn on that computer, go to that link, get onto that FSJ YouTube channel, and then it's like you are there with them. And they will have mailed out all of your supplies, your basic kits, and your stamp sets and your die sets, everything you need to create these cards ahead of time. So you'll have them. And then you will just create with him. So Richard will lead the way. He will greet you. There'll be little commercials. It is a show. Okay, it is a show. It is a fun. You will be entertained. There are demonstrations that he will do, so you'll be learning a lot that way. And then, of course, the make and takes, which is the actual cards you'll be creating. And then there's giveaways, and you get a lot. It is worth way more than $75. I will tell you that right now. It is like a mini workshop, okay? A little mini workshop. Well, I say little mini, a full day, because it is a full day. So for Central Standard Time, I believe it was from like 11 to 6. And there are breaks in between. You've got a lunch break and, little mini breaks in between. But here's the deal. Because it is an online event, some of you guys have asked me, oh, but if I'm doing something that day, can I, will I be able to still, and if I pay, will I still be able to have access to it? The answer is yes, but only for a limited time. Usually it's within 24 hours. So it's a Saturday event, and if you pay for it and purchase for the items, then you'll have access to the recorded version just through that next Sunday, okay? And I believe it's like through like midnight that Sunday. So it's that. But you would still get everything that we get. Obviously, the entertainment factor is huge. So you definitely want to be there and be able to see it because it's just fun and you learn so much. So anyway, I just had to plug that. I will be plugging that, and you'll probably get tired of me here saying it over and over again, but it's fun. I'm excited. I can't wait to craft with Carla and Paige and Latoria online because all of you guys have already purchased yours. And so thank you so much for that. I'm excited to wave at you via the internet. I mean, granted, wave. You won't see me waving because it'll just be through the chat, but still it'll be fun because we'll both be watching the same thing and making the same things. So anyway, I think that's all I've got to say about that. Don't forget the retirement selling clearance sale is still going on while supplies last and through June 30th. If you want the PDFs for that, if you want to know what's on sale, let me know. Put your email and I'll send it to you. I've sent it to quite a few already. I think that's it. Did y'all notice that I dyed my hair? I dyed my grays. Remember I had that discussion like where I was not sure because I was going to be on stage. And so I did make an appointment. Hey, it looks much better. Let's be honest. No one's going to lie, right? Let's be honest. It looks much better. So I won't look so, shabby when I'm on that stage and they take my picture. So anyway, I just thought that was funny. Okay, that's all I have for you. Stay tuned. Hopefully my next video will be showcasing some of our retired stamps so you can see what we've got. We've got quite a few that are retired. Keep in mind it is while supplies last. All right, I think that's it. Any questions? If you want any of my products, go to www.funstampersjourney.com/Janice Whiting and shop like you would any other online store. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you later. Bye.